Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another Plan With Me video, and we'll be setting up my bullet journal for the month of October. And I guess that by listening to the background music of this video, you might have guessed the theme for this month's setup. And now without further ado, let's get started. So the theme that I went for this month is a Halloween theme because Halloween is celebrated in October, specifically on the last day of the month. So for the word October, I'm just using my Tombow Duo brush pens to write it down in calligraphy, and the colors that I'm using are light orange, a darker shade of orange, and black. And as you can see here, I also did a 3-tone lettering for the word October, which kind of resembles the Halloween candies. And I also drew some spider webs for each alphabet, and here's a spider dangling on the word R. Now for the rest of the cover page, I drew a lot of different Halloween doodles like a spider web, a carved pumpkin, a bone, a witch's hat, a bat, some cute ghosts, candies, and candles. And honestly, this cover page was really easy and fast to finish because all the doodles are just so easy to draw. And if you want, you can just go to Pinterest and search for all of these doodle tutorials, and maybe you can add some doodles that I didn't draw for my cover page. And lastly, I just used my Tombow Duo brush pens to add some colors to the page, like drawing blushes for the pumpkin and ghost, and also coloring in the candies. So in the end, I really like how the cover page looked, although it looks really simple, but it still looks cute and spooky. Now the page next to it is my monthly calendar spread. Usually this page is my quote page, but I kind of abandoned it since last month because I was not really feeling it to make a quote page, and for this month I decided to do the same as well by replacing it with a monthly calendar spread. So for my monthly calendar spread, I'm doing this layout where I write down the days of the month vertically, and I will use the space by the side to write down any important tasks or events. And to be honest, I have been really growing fond of this layout because it's just so quick and easy to set up, unlike the monthly calendar box layout where I have to draw a calendar, which in my opinion is really tedious. And lastly, I'm just highlighting all the Saturdays and Sundays of the month. And I guess that's all for the monthly calendar spread. Now, the next two pages are my habit tracker and mood tracker. And for this month, I decided to do my habit tracker on the top and my mood tracker on the bottom. And once again, I'm using the Halloween candy style for my titles, and I also drew some spider webs surrounding it, which makes it look cute and yet spooky. So for both my habit tracker and mood tracker, I will be using the graph layout where I write down the days of the month horizontally and then the habits and different moods vertically on the left side. And for this month's mood tracker, I decided to have a little fun by using washi tapes as indicators of my mood. So like if I'm feeling happy on this day, I'm just going to use this washi tape and stick it until the happy mood level. And this idea is actually inspired by Kat's planner, where she did it for her August mood tracker and work tracker. And to complete the spread, I drew some more Halloween doodles like the ones that I did for my cover page at both sides of the pages. And at first I thought it looks kind of plain, even though I added some colors with my Tombow Duo brush pens. So in the end, I also decided to draw some stars and sparkles in the empty spaces, and I really like how it turned out. And I guess that's all for my habit tracker and mood tracker for this month. Now flipping over to the next page is my trusty expense tracker that helps me to keep track and control my expenses. So for the title, I'm once again doing the Halloween candy style, but this time I'm drawing the spider webs by the corners of the page instead of surrounding the title. And for my expense tracker, I'm just going to stick with my usual layout where I have a table with 4 columns that represents the date, the details, the plus sign is for income, and the minus sign is for expenses. And now, the page next to it is my sleep tracker. I remember I did this tracker back in August and I decided to bring it back for this month just because I really want to know if I have gotten enough sleep for the month. So back to the spread. So I'm just setting the spread by writing down the days of the month vertically, and then I will be writing the time from 11 at night to 9 in the morning horizontally. Now the 2 pages over here are my all-time favorite brain dump spread. For the past few setups, I have been using a 1-page brain dump spread, and obviously it was not enough for me and I always ended up making another brain dump spread at the back. So for this month, I decided to make a 2-page brain dump spread to avoid myself for not having enough pages for it. And for those of you who are still curious on how to use this spread, for me, I personally like to use it to just write down my video ideas or the things that I want to buy. Now moving on to the next few pages are my weekly spreads. For this month, I decided to make all the weekly spreads and I am using the horizontal Dutch door layout for all of them. And as you can see here, I am just cutting the top 1/3 of the pages, and besides that, I also decided to make some tabs at the side of each page, and each tab will represent each week of the month. And actually, this weekly spread idea is inspired by Junnie-san's studio, where she also makes these horizontal Dutch doors for her weekly spreads. But she likes to use the top part of the pages for her habit tracker, but for me, since I have a habit tracker in front, I would just use it to write down the word October and draw some doodles surrounding it. And for the other half of the pages, I will just write down the days of the week, Monday to Sunday, and I think you guys only see one S over there, but for me that means both Saturdays and Sundays. And now I'm just going to do the same thing for the other weeks too. So for now, the last thing to do is just cover the tabs with some washi tapes. And the ones that I'm using are the Halloween night washi tape set from the washi tape shop. And I think it fits perfectly with this month's theme. But if you don't want to use washi tapes, you can also use color pencils, markers, or paint, just anything that you think fits and works for you. So now, here's the final flip through of my bullet journal setup for the month of October. I really enjoy making this setup, especially the horizontal Dutch door weekly spreads. And I think this is going to be my top 3 favorite setups so far. And if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and follow my Instagram and Kofi at lootengstudio. Thank you for watching and take care everyone. I'll see you guys in the next video.